brought you here today because we need to improve your mathematical skills.
Well, Miss Johnson, how can I improve them?
Well, you see, I have a few problems here from Chapter 3 that I think can really strengthen you.
Okay, let's do them.
One is the most important.
These are transversal angle pair relationships. Angles 1, 2, 7, and 8 are exterior angles. Angles 3, 4, 5, and 6 are interior angles. Angles 4 and 5 and 3 and 6 are consecutive interior angles. Angles 3 and 5 and 4 and 6 are alternate interior angles. Angles 1 and 7 and 2 and 8 are alternate exterior angles. Angles 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7, and 4 and 8 are corresponding angles.
It's just for fun.
Here we have 2 points on a coordinate plane. Point A is 7, 2, and point B is 4, -3. To find the slope of those 2 points, you have to subtract y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If you plug A and B in, you get 2 minus -3 over 7 minus 4. If you simplify that, you get 2 plus 3 over 7 minus 4. That adds up to be 5 over 3. Now that we have our numbers, we can plug those into the slope-intercept formula. The slope-intercept formula equals y equals mx plus b, m being the slope and b being the y-intercept. We already found the slope, now we need to find the y-intercept. In order to do that, you need to plug the points into the point-slope formula. The point-slope formula is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. When we plug point A in, we get y minus 2 equals 5 over 3 x minus 7. If we distribute the numbers, it turns out to be y minus 2 equals 5 over 3x minus 25 over 3. If we simplify it even more, the formula turns out to be y equals 5 over 3x minus 19 over 3.
One is the most difficult.
Now we are going to find the distance between line L and point P. In order to do that, we need to find the equation of the line L and the equation of the perpendicular line that crosses point P and line L. First, we need to find the slope of line L, which is -3 minus 4 over 0 minus 7, which equals -7 over -7, which equals 1. Now we put that into the point-slope formula, which is y minus 4 equals 1x minus 7. If you simplify that, it turns out to be y equals x minus 3. Now we have our equation for line L. Now we need to find the equation of point P. To do so, you need to put the coordinates of point P and the negative reciprocal of the line L's slope, which is -1. You put those numbers into the point-slope formula, which is y minus 3 equals -1 times x minus 4. That simplified is y equals -x plus 7. Our two equations are y equals -x plus 7 and y equals x minus 3. Then we let them equal each other to find the value of x. -x plus 7 equals x minus 3 turns out to be x equals 5. Now we plug x back into one of the y equations to find the value of y. If we plug the value of x into y equals x minus 3, the y value equals 2. So 5, 2 is the point of intersection. Now we need to plug point P and the point of intersection into the distance formula. That is the square root of 5 minus 4 squared plus 2 minus 3 squared. That simplified equals the square root of 1 squared plus negative 1 squared. That equals the square root of 1 plus 1, which is the square root of 2. The distance between line L and point P is the square root of 2.
Alright, thanks, Miss Johnson.
Oh, Libby, anytime. You see, I just love to see you spring into a little beautiful caterpillar that just breaks from her cocoon.